Alright. Hello everybody, welcome to another round of the Hollow Knight All Skills No Magic Cheese Tournament. Let's see if we can get the runners counted down here. And then we will get the runners started right now.
Hello everyone, I'm Zero and Jamie is coming with me today.
Alright, let's get the runners counted. Alright. So we should see them get going in a second. Alright. So we've got Pisces and Edu here today. Zero, I think you know a little bit more about what kind of times these runners have on the board so far than me, at least.
Yeah, Pisces has, he's second place right now. So he has a very good time, he has a 49. And Eduboy is a little bit behind, he has a 53.08 PB.
Alright. Yeah, we'll see them start off here. Alright, so yeah, definitely a pretty big difference in PBs, but you know, this is all skills. There are still a lot of places that upsets can happen, and we can still hope for a tight race either way. But we'll see them get started off here.
Yeah, definitely. Places to look out for are Isma's skips, Hornet 2 fight, stuff like Umu. If one of them gets a 1 cycle and one of them gets a 2 cycle, that could be a big difference. As well as just like general movement. It's very easy to lose a lot of time to movement in this category.
Yeah, there's a lot of very movement-heavy sections. One of the reasons it's such a well-run category, I suppose, is because there's plenty of sections where the movement is extremely complex, but and that sort of makes for some of the fun, in a sense, is that it's such a dense sort of run for that, in that you have a very small run where you get every movement ability, and you're doing extremely complex movement, especially in later splits such as Great Slash and Abyss Climb, which make for some very interesting movement.
Yeah, also to answer chat, this is the 3-0 bracket. So both of these players have won all of their games up to now.
Right. So I believe whoever wins this will get a guaranteed into the top 8 bracket, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so.
So, yeah, definitely a lot to play for here. And Aspirina, this is a pretty precise trick on this patch, but we'll see both of them get it, nice and easy.
Eduboy is actually slightly ahead. I think Pisces lost time by getting hit on the Gruzza drop.
Yeah, that sounds unfortunate. You like to see the Geo and Health and Soul sync from both of them, though. That's rather beautiful to see. Alright.
It can actually matter a bit how much Geo you have in these early sections. Because they're going to be collecting a lot of Geo, and if too much of it kind of falls in places that are hard to get, you could see like quite a gap appearing between the two of them.
Yeah, definitely, because the main thing with this category is we want to get Dash Slash extremely early, and for that you need to have 800 Geo. And getting that much money early on is rather tight, and so you essentially want to have as much in these earlier splits as possible so you can save time on killing hoppers late, so you don't have to kill as many hoppers later for more money.
Yeah, you can see a lot of like adjustment later on as we get closer to Dash Slash and then King Station, depending on how much geo they enter with.
Both of them just going to be skipping False Knight here. Got some really nice sync going on between the two runners here. Really good consistency in the first couple splits.
Looks like Edu kept that like 1 second lead throughout the whole of the split.
Yeah. I guess that sort of shows how top level sort of execution sort of relies entirely on, did you get hit by Grozzers in the first room more or less, and then the rest of it is more or less predetermined.
Yeah,
once you get good enough.
VS looks very similar between sort of top 20 runners, but then as soon as you get to like Mothwing Cloak or Mantis Claw, then the gap might widen a bit more. Yeah, the PB difference is about 3 minutes between them.
Mm-hmm.
Rixian already providing the breakdown in chat. You love
Excellent.
to see it.
IFRLR. Absolutely. Ooh. That's unfortunate from Edu. Missing that jump a couple times. You can really start to overthink your movement in these splits. I know I definitely fall victim to that. You try and min-max every single jump, and then just end up missing a platform. And it's one of the worst feelings, but it's gotta happen at some point.
Oh, Eduboy unfortunately getting the third spit. That actually puts him quite a bit behind on this segment.
Yeah. Yeah, and for anyone who doesn't know, boulders have a 50% chance of spitting a young boulder, and we need them to spit 1. So there's a 50-50 chance that we get the best RNG there. So unfortunate as you got 3 spits there.
Yeah, not to put too much pressure on him, but these kind of small time losses to RNG can really add up, and Edu, wants to at least equalize on RNG with Pisces.
Yeah.
It also can be like quite bad for your mentality to start off a race with getting behind.
Yeah, for sure. Especially if the getting behind isn't even your fault. A lot of the time, that can really weigh down on you for a little bit. Alright. So we'll see both of them coming into green path now. I know you've definitely done a lot more IL grinding of this split than I have. So probably a lot more familiar with the sort of micro optimizations that happen in these first couple of rooms.
Yeah, I spent maybe a bit too much time on the split. It's actually a really hard one, though.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of the most punishing and definitely the easiest to get stuck in a reset loop in. Because in basically any category that goes to green path, it's a really punishing set of movement on 1 bar of HP. So
yeah, these fireball skips, especially if you miss one, it's a lot of time loss, and you lose all the soul as well. Soul collection makes a big difference in this split.
Yeah.
And yeah, definitely what you're saying about health as well. They're both looking pretty healthy right now, but the Moss Knights at the Georocks that's coming up are quite notorious for dealing a lot of damage to players who just kind of get caught out or get bad RNG and, you know, don't react well to it.
Yeah, certainly. They can really bully you in a corner there. You know, that their AI sort of wants to fake you out and makes it extremely hard to predict what attack they're about to do, and then you basically just have to wait for the right-hand knight to walk towards you if you get the bad RNG, I guess.
So far, they're both playing really well, though. They both got all the fireball skips, and they both got the Moss Knight double as well.
Yeah, definitely. These are, like, you know, not easy. Ah, showing our boy Zote. You love to see it.
So Pisces actually got the bad RNG that I was talking about with the Moss Knight not being close by. Oh, and Edu gets the same RNG. They both react well to it, though. Each getting hit once, but kind of dealing with it as best that as best that you can. As best as you can? Yeah, English.
Yeah. English, you know, not our first thing. Alright. So, Pisces entering the Hornet fight now. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Unfortunately, you don't want to see what Pisces is seeing, where she jumps to the other side of the arena quite a lot. Edu might have better RNG. Yeah, he's getting the needle throw. That's like the best attack.
Yeah. Because when Hornet jumps around a lot, you're basically spending most of your time chasing her. Whereas with the needle throw, you're basically now cancelling.
Oh, that was
and
a
Edu gets a stagger.
fantastic fight from Edu.
Oh, that's what you really want to see.
Wait, did he
And that
get ahead
alone
on
brings
that?
Edu back ahead. That Hornet fight was absolutely spectacular. And I think that actually brings him on pace with Pisces here.
I think he's a little bit behind still, but it's like so close. And Pisces, they got like the two extremes of Hornet fight, I think.
Mm.
That
Okay,
might have
Rick's
been a
helping us out now.
that might have been a gold for Edu, maybe. I'm not sure how
Yeah,
good his
maybe.
gold is there.
Alright.
So this segment is a bit more chill, less tricks, I guess, and no bosses as well, but a lot of movement, a lot of small stuff. I actually kind of suck at the split because there's so much like tiny movement in every room to do.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I guess it's a tiny bit different for me because I'm a current patch runner, but definitely the first room I find absolutely impossible because it's just so many tiny little adjustments as you're going down, and then it sort of becomes a little bit overwhelming to think about. Eddie looking a little bit low on soul here. I think that you'd want a little bit more here for the fungal rocks.
Yeah, he went low on the Owen Wilson room, so I'm not sure if he just forgot that or if he likes skipping that. I'm not sure.
Sorry, that's my new favorite name for that room. I'm sorry, the Owen Wilson room.
Have you not heard that
Absolutely
before?
wonderful. No, I had no idea what to call it. Even though I've been through and I've named every room in the game, and yet that room has always eluded me. Ooh, and Edu going for Wii Pogo. You love to see it.
Yeah, Pisces did the classic explosion pogo, but Edu showing off a bit with the insane faster Murray pogo strat.
You really do love to see it. Alright. Ooh. Unfortunately needing another pogo with a double dash there, but still very clean.
Yeah, I really like how easy it is to back up double dash pogo. It's like it's fast if you get it, and if you feel a bit uncomfortable with it, just pogo
Just,
twice.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's amazing. I called it Owen Wilson rim because they go wah.
Oh, yeah. What?
Yeah, I can't do his accent, so I'm not gonna try.
I would try, but I'm not that confident with it. Also, that's how you're supposed to do that room. Okay.
What, the
I'm
Gome rim?
forever, yeah, I'm forever perplexed in Gome Room because I always look at somebody else do it and go, oh, okay, I'll do that next time I do Gome Room. And then I do something completely different that feels ever so slightly slower, and I'm like, I should do something else. And then just repeat that ad nauseum forever, and I never actually end up learning the cycle properly. It's very deceptive to me, but that's just a me thing.
Alright, let's see what Grismom is gonna do. Okay, that was pretty good.
Mm.
She like charged at him a little bit before doing the bounce up and down attack, so that was
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
It's
having
also
Gresmon come low at you is generally pretty comfy, just because you can stay on the ground while hitting.
yeah, definitely. Oh, Eduboy got basically the same RNG. It's also really nice that when she dies on the right side of the arena, because it means after killing all the Gruzzers, all the Geo will be kind of in your path, which, you know, like we mentioned, being able to pick up Geo quickly in this category really matters a lot. So yeah, like Edu only missed one Geo there, which is going to matter quite a bit.
Yeah. Right, so an unfortunate death here for Pisces. No. So they're gonna be killing themselves for the Shade Skip up to Blue Lake here. Right, nice and clean from Pisces. And Edu. A little bit behind, just damage tanking.
Yeah, pretty much the only thing that can go wrong there is if the Shade chooses to Fireball, and sometimes it can be a bit weird to like back it up, especially if the Shade Fireball's like really late, and you're like, do I drag it higher up now, or do I just go for it? Or yeah, but
Yeah,
luckily they both got good RNG, so it's not even a problem.
yeah. It's one of the hardest decisions to make in the heat of the moment is, do I need to wait a tiny bit longer, or can I just go for it after a Shade Fireball? Because you're so used to normal RNG and the normal timing that you don't really think about it. Unfortunately, dashing straight into the Great Husk Sentry. Poor RNG there, unfortunate.
Alright, this bottom row in the King Stag room can be an absolute troll. Pisces got kind of okay RNG there. They were mostly clumped up, and there were none like far to the right by the window. That's the worst thing that can happen because the window eats fireballs like it's breakfast. So let's hope Edu doesn't get that RNG.
Yeah. Honestly, that bottom row is so bad that sometimes I just genuinely don't go for them on the current patch of this category. Even though it is technically required, it is one of the most trolly pieces of geo collection in the game, I'd say, probably. Simply because of how much they like to clump together on the right-hand side.
Yeah, at least on current patch you don't need the Geo like immediately, so you can make choices like that.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
for
We're
this
sort
route
of
they don't.
forced to, yeah.
Yeah, they don't really have that option. This looks like a pretty good pace for Pisces. It's gonna be like a 14 1x dash slash if he does this movement well, which is a pretty good start for a race.
Definitely, yeah.
Edu dashing into Gorgeous Husk from the corridor. I have done that many times before.
Yeah, that's you just you hope for Gorgeous Husk to be further away, but it never actually happens, and you are always sad. One of the worst feelings, honestly. So here comes the last bit of geofarming that we're doing for dash slash. So killing these rows of hoppers gives a pretty large amount of geo for how much time you're doing. So these are actually in the geo route specifically. Even I'm pretty sure beforehand there was only one row of them in the route, and then it just got decided that you might as well just kill more rows.
Used to be that it was like one required, and two as a backup, but it turns out we used to do like the middle row in the King's Stag area where you get the journal, and it turns out that's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like really slow. So
Yeah.
it's much better to just get 2 rows of hoppers. And they both didn't have a perfect kill, but they both kind of adjusted very well.
Yeah. Yeah, the last thing you want here is to damage tank a whole bunch to those hoppers, because then you can get trolled a little bit by the aspids. If you aren't particularly careful.
Oh, Pisces is going the bottom route on the way to the Watcher's Spire. This is
People
like
arrive.
it's
This
like a
is Zuma
basically
strats.
yeah. It's basically meaningless in terms of difference from the top route, but some people just go for it.
I mean, yeah, new strats. You've got to do all of them, of course. Pisces going for the extended walkling storage there. Only got one, but yeah, if you do a jump off the ground right as you land when you have walkling storage, then you can actually conserve it and keep the speed going for a little bit. And you can actually keep it going throughout the entire room if you chain it together long enough.
Yeah, the room that Pisces just did, the one with the lever skip, is really, really tight to get actually good movement in. I'm like, after practicing this segment a lot, I am just continually impressed when people get clean movement through there, because it's so difficult to do.
Yeah, I'll pretend like I can relate to that as a as I do completely different movement and kill a Great Husk Sentry. Smile. Eduboy working around it pretty well. Had the flying guys in his way, but just smacked them out nice and quickly.
Pisces actually had a bit of a flub in the Soul Twister arena. He wasted an extra fireball trying to kill a platform. So he's on pretty low soul here. It doesn't matter a huge deal, because there is soul collection on the way to the mini boss here, and then on the way to Soul Master. But it is going to lose him some time. Whereas if Eduboy gets a nice kill there, he won't have to do that as much. Oh, I haven't seen that before from Pisces. The walkling, the elevated storage of the coming out of Shade Soul, that one.
Yeah. Elevator storage, huh? Oh yeah, the
You know what I
walkling
mean.
storage. Yeah.
Yeah.
The newfangled. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Edu just missing the lever a little bit.
Yeah, so you see Pisces got a bit of a slow kill on the Soul Warrior. You know, like everything in Soul Sanctum is named so
Yeah,
weirdly. You have Spell
arbitrarily.
Twisters. No, Spell
It's been,
Twister is the charm. You have Soul Twister
yeah,
enemies. You have Soul Warriors, which is the mini boss. Like, come on, Team
yeah.
Cherry.
It's it's like they had one theme for it, and they just went, yeah, let's just smack together some words, and it'll work out. All right. Pisces coming into Soul Master here with more than enough soul. Are you getting a kill on the left-hand side of the arena? You want to have the Soul Warrior sort of stay on the right-hand side so that you can kill him on the right-hand side for the Geo pickup. But it's not a massive deal, because it does still take a little bit for the door to open.
According to Godhome, the Soul Warrior is a boss? Yeah, I guess. I mean, he doesn't...
I mean, so is Massive Moss Charger, though, and, like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Massive Moss Charger is, like, considered, to us at least, like a Geo Rock, more or less, for current patchable skills, at least.
He's just a fancy bush. That's all.
Pisces going for the fancy damage tank in the corner and Shade Soul strat, but Soulmaster gave him stop diving at the right time.
Yeah, that's actually an unfortunate case of good RNG there.
Yeah. Alright. I do with a little bit of a slow phase 1, unfortunately, but we'll see how he fares in phase 2.
I think he might be going for a quick kill strat as well.
Yeah. He's definitely doing the damage tanks in the corner.
Oh, that was really good.
That's
Nice.
Oh. It's so nice when you see it done well, but it's so easy to see it messed up as well.
I think
Because the damage tank.
He might have saved time on this segment, actually.
Yeah, I think so. But I think he might also be losing time to his PC here. Because generally on worst PCs, spell pickups are like the absolute worst. I know for example, I think Sour was I think losing something on the magnitude of 3 seconds to Vengeful Spirit pickup just with PC freezing.
You know, I want to see Sour do the Fluke Nest duped kill on Gorgeous Husk.
Yeah. Unfortunately, well, I say unfortunately. Fortunately for him, he did actually upgrade his PC relatively recently. And then his all skills time dropped by like a minute in like a week after that, so we'll let that say something.
Eduboy having a classic case of just kind of like misjudging your distance from a wall.
Yeah, that's
trying to wall jump before you touch it. That's like really easy to do, actually.
Yeah, definitely. Ooh, that was... Every time I see a 1-2-2-1 all skills run, the most scary part is that elevator to me. Because it's so close. Because of slashing it early with dash slash.
Yeah, I really like the elevator strats. I honestly kind of like wish there were more areas with like different levels of elevators like that, because especially in Soul Sanctum where you have to go in and then out again, it creates so much like cool movement around, you know, getting them at the right level.
Yeah. I see, having a little bit of an awkward time with the Huss at the bottom there, trying to get some more geo, but managing it well, at least.
Oh, Eduboy got the RNG where 2 of the husks kind of hide under the guard skirt and like you can't get the geo if you kill them there. But he actually
that's really unfortunate.
reacted really well by like just kind of waiting until they ran you know, away from the guard so that he could kill them and collect their geo. In Soul Sanctum. Sorry, I'm not enunciating properly.
No. It's alright. Okay. Pisces showing off the Pogorable sign. One of my favourite, like, tiny details between current patch and 1.2.21 that I just find hilarious is they decided to make that sign no longer Pogoable. Just because, why not?
Yeah, I think there's some lanterns like that as well.
Yeah, there
You can't
definitely are.
pogo.
It's kind of silly, honestly, that they, and very arbitrary what they decided to randomly turn Pogo ability on and off for. To the point where it almost feels accidental, but we can continue with our spiel of SMH, Team Cherry erasing speedrunners. My arms.
I mean, the line between accidental and intentional is paper thin with this game sometimes.
Definitely, yeah. Alright, so now we're moving into probably the most, well, I say most scary. I guess Hornet 2 is a little bit scarier, but in terms of heart rate for extended periods of time, at least, this is definitely up there, because we're going through the entirety of Crystal Peaks, and then down to D-Dark, and then Dream Now, all on one health bar, ideally without stopping to heal at all.
Yeah, and the other thing is that there are a lot of cycles in this area, and generally missing a cycle means taking damage. Sometimes getting a cycle means taking damage, and then you have to. There's a damage tank strat on D-Dark as well, so you know that one health bar that you were talking about does not go very far. Oh, Pisces, that was an amazing backup for
That
the
was,
Pogex.
yeah, for the bad RNG. Ooh, that was very nice to see. Almost makes me want to learn Pogax, but I will not be tempted so easily.
Yeah, it's a bit weird on current patch as well, isn't it?
Yeah, there's some weird setup that involves some kind of arbitrary height jumps, I think. Ooh. Unfortunately, not quite getting the damageless lamp pogo. The good thing about that is that even if you don't get the what are we calling those now? I'm still sticking to trans dash. The trick where you dash into a wall and then buffer a jump so that you gain less height out of the jump.
It really depends if your goal when naming a trick is to be informative or to annoy Axe as much as possible.
Alright, so dash cancels it is, right?
No, Axe cancel. Axe cancel.
Oh, I see. We gotta name everything after him. Yeah,
Oh,
unfortunately...
Edu.
Ooh. Oh. Yeah. Underplat, woo, let's go! Sorry. I'm legally required to hype up Underplat a tiny bit every time.
You gotta carry on Locust's legacy, right?
Yeah, something like that.
He's not here to do it himself.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Oh, that's
Eduboy.
unfortunate.
He got hit 3 times in that room.
Yeah, that room when you get off cycle is so hard to get it again.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. He got off cycle and then just like tried to continue. Oh no, please.
Alright, yeah, gonna heal. Good cool there, I think.
Unfortunately, this segment is one of Pisces' best. He's amazing at this, and Edu is just kind of making a lot of mistakes, and he's behind now on health as well. I really hope he's practiced the damageless Sea Heart cycle.
Yeah. I know it's a little bit unintuitive, but damageless really is probably the most helpful thing you can do for this category, in my opinion, because again, your health bar really does not go far, and you really want to make sure it goes as far as possible. It looks like you have. Good. And are we going to see another underplat? Let's go. You love to see it. So, at the same time, Pisces entering Crystal Mound. Let's hope. Okay.
He actually
Not
goes for
get
that,
this
even
one.
on 2 health. That's pretty ballsy. I don't know if I would do that in a race.
Yeah, in a race, I would definitely be a little bit more apprehensive about that. Of course, if I was in a position. Unfortunately, current patch. Another thing they decided to make not pogoable.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But yeah, definitely a little bit scary. With your face basically inside the spikes. I think pretty much entirely. Those hitboxes are a little bit unrepresentative.
Yeah, I do like that sort of some runners like Pisces are just committed to doing PB strats in races, because it makes it fun to commentate,
Yeah, definitely.
even if it's a bit stressful.
Edu missing the reverse wall cling storage there. Unfortunate, but yeah. Oh, I'm just gonna reset that room. That's a really good choice, honestly, in my opinion. Even if they're using a 4-second load normalizer, so it is every extra load they go through is annoyingly going to desync the runners a little bit more. But resetting this room when you mess it up is probably for the best, because if that Crystal Hunter aggro's on you, and you try and do the normal movement through the room, then there is just a chance that the Hunter will just shoot you out of it. Now we're going to see a second
Yeah,
underplat from Pisces.
although
Yeah.
another change from current patch is that those Crystal Hunters are a bit less aggressive here.
Yeah, thankfully. I know, they absolutely terrify me personally, and I cannot imagine if you had to damage tank at the end as well, with the Crystal Hunters bullying you in Mound.
Yeah, 4-second normalizer. Edu has a pretty bad computer, I think.
I just want to take this moment. Edu's like keeping, I'd say, pretty relatively good pace for to Pisces at this point. I think they should probably be ahead of PB right now. Like keeping, even if there's a pretty significant lead towards Pisces here, like again, Pisces is, I think, is he second place still, or I think he's second place, right?
He's second place on our leaderboard, but I think he's actually third because Axe, has a terrible phobia of submitting his PBs.
Oh, understandable, yeah.
But yeah, I think he's actually technically third.
Alright.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, before Crystal Peak shenanigans, Edu was actually only around 20 seconds slower than Pisces, I believe, which is really, really good, actually.
Yeah. Alright, are we gonna see underplat 2 from Eduboy as well? Are we gonna go 4 for 4? Ah, let's go. You love to see it. Sorry. And Pisces finishing up Watcher Knights at the same time. Nice and clean. I didn't look like the pattern was very favourable there, but handled well, at the very least.
Yeah, Watcher Knights is a really annoying fight because they can just lose you like 10 seconds if they give you a bad pattern. It's really, really annoying.
Yeah, it's a surprising, like, sort of cognitive dissonance that the thing that we call the easiest part of the run, like, the whole reason that all skills is recommended as a beginner category is sort of because you have D-Dark for Watcher Knights, so you don't have to really worry about dying here. but yet, as soon as you get into these sort of higher levels of running, Watch Knight starts becoming an absolute hellhole because they can just RNG roll across the ground, and then if you don't predict it perfectly, then you're losing 10 seconds, basically.
Yeah, also people definitely die to Watcher Knights if they misjudge the pattern.
Yeah, you can get very overzealous with damage tanking, trying to get extra damage in. I know I think like something like 50% of my fights in all skills end on 1 HP with Watcher Knights, which is probably more than it should be, but
I mean, if it's not 0, then
yeah.
you know you're doing a good job, I think. Unfortunately, Edo is getting similarly kind of awkward RNG from these guys. Oh, that was a really swaggy fireball there. Do you see that? Like just on the edge of the guy's hitbox.
Yeah, it's those moments where you like you sort of admire how large the Shade Soul's hitbox really is sometimes, and sort of how you can get a feel for how tall it kind of is, and how far off vertically you can be, and still hit stuff above and below you. Okay. I was hoping not to commentate Curse Pisces there with the spike tunnel, and he got a second try, so...
Yeah, I think Edu is definitely playing sort of ahead of his PB right now. Even including all the everything that happened in Crystal Heart.
And a chat pointing out, Edu fireballs after Watch Knights, which is maybe not the best decision, because you want to have a fireball coming into his skips, because in the Roman Pisces is just about to re-enter for the second time. When you go through it for the acid skip, there is a whomp that can sometimes be in your way, and thanks to that small chance, a lot of runners have just taken to every single time Shade Souling as before they do the acid skip as a precaution.
Edu might be the kind of person to not, actually. I wonder. I'm curious now.
Yeah, I know Pisces just didn't have the soul for it, but...
Some people just like to live on the edge, you know?
I mean, yeah, theoretically it is time loss, so... Why would you do it? Smile.
There was a relatively clean segment from Pisces though, despite the unfortunate miss of the spike pogo, which is actually like really difficult. I really don't like that trick.
Yeah, I'm kind of like glad that it's apparently it's easier on current patch or something, and
yeah, I don't actually know
another
why.
thing that we just will never understand.
There's a lot specifically about this category that's just inexplicably different between the two. That's really weird.
I think also the airwalk in Great Slash just is gone for an inexplicable reason. Oh, that's unfortunate. I think Edu just straight up had a frame drop there and got dropped into the acid because of it. Or at least it looked something like that.
Yeah, it could also be that... So, if you press an input when an enemy is dying during like the freeze frames, it doesn't get buffered properly. So it can be when you Shade Soul there, and then immediately dash, and then try to dash back. If the enemy dies as you're trying to do the second dash, it won't go out. It's like something that you have to be aware of. Oh, Pisces, with the first try, are we doing trans dash?
I guess, yeah. Trans dash?
Yeah,
no.
on the
Or axe dash? Your choice.
Axe dash. Transact stash. Oh wow, that's hard to
Oh.
say. What the hell?
Transaction. Oh yeah, what? Transact stash. Alright. Or track stash, as chat will point out. Edu getting very close to bad RNG there, but somehow not getting hit despite nudging 2 of the enemies out of his way.
Edu apparently made up time on that Esma's split because he didn't fail the spike pogo. Let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, he's about a minute behind. He's keeping pretty good pace with Pisces, considering we're over halfway through the run and their PBs are 3 minutes apart.
Yeah. And definitely some of the... there's sort of a, I want to say, inverse bell curve kind of distribution of difficulty, where sort of the earlier part of the run sort of spikes in how much time save there is, and then there's sort of a lull in the middle of just you're doing movement, but it's not, there's no massive places to save or lose time, and then towards the end it really spikes again as you sort of get towards Hornet 2 and Umu and that kind of movement. Unfortunate. Getting the 1/5 chance to get hit there. I think it's something like that. 1/5. I've heard that number quoted, but never actually known for sure.
It's 50-50. Everything is 50-50. Also, Eduboy getting
Yeah,
the track stash as well.
nice. I mean, yeah, you either can get the trick or you can't get the trick. It's 50-50. Smart. Right. So see Pisces now going towards Hornet 2. Probably the hardest boss fight in this run. And we'll hope for blessed parries, hopefully. Or indeed lack thereof.
Oh, Eduboy.
Oh,
Wait, did he...
and he kills Broken Vessel with the Shade Soul. Oh no.
That is...
Does that count?
Oh. Yeah, I think
yeah,
the
I
boss
think
should be
that
dead.
counts, yeah.
Yeah.
So at the
That's so
very least, he
unfortunate.
can just come straight through. He doesn't need to fight again, but you don't open that shortcut, and it's a long way back.
Yeah, that fight can be really awkward. And sadly, Broken Vessel did like a lot of attacks before doing the headbang in the middle. You really just want him to do the headbang because that's when you get optimal damage.
Yeah. Yeah, and also unfortunately, chat pointing out, Edu is actually still 30 seconds ahead of PB right now. Until that death. It's really unfortunate. Okay, no, please don't die coming back. I think that would actually be at a level of maybe unable, at least making it incredibly difficult to finish the run. Because you'd lose the Geo as well.
Yeah. We're watching Pisces destroy this Hornet fight right now.
Yeah,
He's
that was,
so good at that. Getting all these doubles.
Yeah, I watched his guide on Hornet 2, and there's definitely a distinct difference between, he'll say something and you're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And the way he describes it makes complete and total sense. And then you try and do it, and you realize, why he's a top runner and why there are not that many people around his level.
Yeah, that fight specifically is a big difference maker because even if you're relatively good at it, the difference between being relatively good and being really good can be 10-15 seconds. So he's really showing off his skill and his level of practice in that.
Yeah. Right, yeah, it looks like Edu lost about a minute to that death. It's fortunate at least that Broken Vessel died. Otherwise, that would be even more painful, because, you know, even with just the movement back, that lost about a minute. And having to do the fight again, the fight taking about, what, I want to say 30 seconds to 40 seconds? I guess a little bit more, actually, because of the animation at the end that you can skip if you come from the fight a second time.
Yeah, as far as deaths go, that might be. I mean, I guess it's like a middling tier of death. He's gonna keep going, and hopefully they're both gonna finish this race.
Yeah.
I think it would take, you know, quite a significant time loss from this point for either of them to not finish.
Yeah. And the thing is, I'm pretty sure, chat pointing out, yeah, Edu is still like 20 seconds behind PB, even after that death. Like, that is not insurmountable. You know, Edu could potentially PB, given good enough late game movement here. That being said, though, that is a lot of pressure, and having a PB with a death is probably one of the harder things to do at this kind of level, because it means you improved a lot just over the course of the whole run, that you can make a pretty big mistake and still pull it out of the bag.
Yeah, let's see what this Hornet 2 fight is like. Eduboy has been kind of showing off in the boss fights, so I'm hopeful.
Yeah. I like that dash at the start, just immediately get in her face and stare her down. I'm trying not to curse her, but
Yeah, that kind of like... Basically the fight up until you get your first stagger is like the most important part. Because once you've staggered her once, you can kind of chain them a little bit. So getting that, like, jumping in her face, getting that first bit of soul, that was pretty good. He finished
yeah,
on 3 health. I'd call that fight a win.
yeah, I definitely liked that fight. Right. Are we gonna get the epic run at invalidation? No.
Okay, looks like Eduboy actually, you know, only lost a little bit of time during that segment.
Yeah.
About 6 seconds, I think. So that's really, really nice. I mean, if I could lose like only a few seconds to Pisces Hornet 2 fights, I'd be amazed. Yes,
Yeah.
it is 0. Hello,
Wait, I'm
Spidey.
back to 5 seconds behind PB. What? Okay. Apparently,
you-
Edu is back on PB pace already. Oh. Oh. Okay, that's unfortunate.
That'd be a big move. PBing in a race with a death.
Yeah.
Can anyone compete with
Definitely
that?
flex. You've got all of them. All of the bad PB memes. I should beat this one later.
It's crazy how every single PB is easy to beat, and also impossible.
Yeah, exactly. It's because you sort of hyper focus on where you make mistakes as a runner typically, and then because you're focused on those mistakes. You don't really think about where your PB went well. So you can sort of
that's
bleed
true.
time. You can bleed time everywhere, and then the sort of easy, where you think your PB is easy to beat is just the small parts where you make mistakes. Okay. And Pisces getting the 1 cycle, by the way. Very nice.
Yeah, he showed it off very cleanly there. I think, well, I was about to say he's pretty much an expert at that, but he's pretty much an expert at everything in this category, so I mean, maybe he's more of an expert in that than other things.
Yeah.
To sta cucando.
I'm picking up the best piece of movement, Cyclone. Is this actually used anywhere in 1221? I feel like it would be a tiny
Yeah,
bit sad if it
definitely.
wasn't. Oh, nice. Okay.
We use it, yeah, for like breaking planks and also early control in the well, and there's some like small movement. Like there are a lot of like short distances that it's kind of bad to inventory drop, and you can just cyclone.
Ah, I see. I see getting kind of bullied by the left side archives exit.
Also, I just realized we were on Eduboy's audio, so I switched them.
Oh, okay.
Nice comm skill there.
Oh, I see, yeah. Oh, yeah, you can cyclone planks on this patch. Oh. Yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry.
Oh yeah, that's another thing.
Another thing
Yeah,
randomly changed for
this
next to
category
no reason.
specifically shows off so many small weird things that change between the patches.
Yeah. I guess it's kind of inevitable, because you get every movement ability, so you get every piece of movement jank. And also, you know, the major difference being no lever skips. Which I suppose for city levers, is kind of unrepresentative, because those levers only existed for 1 patch. Those lever skips. So,
Yeah, it's always funny when people learn that. I guess because there's this like assumption that everything jank is like all old and you know like the game became slowly more polished over time, but no, it's like a
yeah,
complete
no.
roller coaster. Some stuff
The
got
game,
fixed, some stuff got broken,
the game
even
only
worse.
becomes more jank as time goes on. You can fix big glitches and bugs all you want, but the jank will always increase. It's like the law of entropy or something. Yeah, a good example being Sporshroom randomly being completely broken on current patch, where it just decides that it's randomly going to do like 5 times as much damage as it should to THK. Alright, Eduboy moving on to the Umu, hoping for a 1 cycle.
Oh, he missed a nail
Missed
hit.
an L hit, that's tragic.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate. I feel like without how confidently he approached that, he definitely would have got the 1 cycle if he hadn't missed that.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, because there are people who haven't seen this category before in chat. All skills is all nail arts, movement abilities, and spells. And
Yeah.
Isma's is a movement ability. Right.
It's a charm. At least according to Axe, it's a charm.
Well, Edu doesn't have pronouns specified, but I am almost certain he does use he, him, yeah. Some people
We
have
sort of have
them.
an opt-in. Yeah, we have sort of an opt-in
Yeah.
system for having pronouns in the in names here. We don't have like a separate field for it or anything.
Yeah, all the movement abilities give. I mean, like they're kind of separated by the fact that they give 2% completion when you get them. Except, weird thing, King's Brand is in that category, even though it's like a key.
Hmm. Okay. I mean,
Yeah,
thankfully it's just required.
it's
I mean,
weird
I
though,
guess
isn't
if you
it?
do glitched, yeah. That's really weird. Is it 2% like so you get 1% for Hornet 2 and 2% for King's Brand, or is it just 2%
Yeah,
overall?
it's really weird. I mean,
Oh,
in
that's
general, like the way they decided, it's so weird. Like you think like,
yeah.
let's say Trampas, for example. That's more of a movement skill than King's Brand, right? But Trampas doesn't give any
Yeah,
percent at
Trampass is
all.
the best horizontal movement there is. Like, come on. I mean, that being said, though, you know, I think low percent would be very different if Trampass was a percent, I believe, under
What would they
related
even
categories.
do? Oh, I mean, maybe they would they like kill
Actually, maybe
False
they might.
Knight, do Left Side City, and then go through like waterways or something?
Yeah, maybe. That might be faster than Tram, but it doesn't quite feel that way. You then have to go all the way up to City Storms with a simple key as well, which is like kind of long. Anyway, getting a bit off topic here. Oh! Pisces going for the QG underplat in a tourney race. You absolutely love to see it.
5 out of 4 now. Let's go.
You love to see it.
I mean, do you really want us to talk about the game? Isn't that kind
Yeah,
of
yeah, I
boring?
mean,
To commentate the match, isn't that? Do we really have to
yeah,
do
yeah.
that?
Yeah, wait. The only thing that matters in the match is the underplats. Come on. That's the
Exactly.
only reason I play Hollow Knight. You know, I have 1,300 hours in this game, and all of them are just going around a platform and going under it. It's just addicting. Okay, if that movement works out, what Pisces was trying to do with the inventory drop immediately after that cyclone, then I immediately love the movement in this section on 1221. Hot damn.
Yeah, it's really
That's-
cool in Hera actually. Like, go watch like, actually just go watch like com subs from like Umu onwards. It's crazy.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure like half the comsobs in 1221 all skills are like held by Spiritio. I'm pretty sure it hasn't even done a full run.
Yeah, I think he has. It might be like him and Axe 2 you are tied in the number of com subs they have. I think.
Oh my god. When will Spirity do a full game run of all skills? Sad face.
He also Pisces going low on HP here, but I'm not even concerned for him. He's just so well practiced at this section.
Alright, let's hope you don't curse in here.
Okay, I gotta give Eduboy a chance, right? There's no way he could die here. Absolutely no way.
Zero chance. Yeah, kinda, yeah. He had extra soul as well, so even if he dived a little bit too far away and didn't get all 3 hitboxes, you can always do another Shade Soul. Even though that does kind of mess up the strat afterwards. It saves you from dying, so probably worth it.
So after this, the only thing Pisces has left is to go to Abyss and get the Shade Cloak and Abyss Shriek. And while Eduboy is just about to start the Deep Nest movement, he has to get Wraiths first on the way.
Yeah. I'm praying for this arena. This arena is deceptively cursed. Like, thinking about it from sort of a casual perspective, like, it's just squits, you know? And they take 2 hits to kill, and you have Shade Soul and D-Dark to help you as well. It shouldn't be hard, right? And yet it manages to be, like, one of the most cursed arenas in the category. Just because the squits just get away from you all the time.
It really just speaks to Team Cherry's talent as game designers that they managed to perfectly capture how it feels to search for a mosquito in your bedroom in the dark.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say something about how it maintains difficulty even with
Oh
even
man,
as
no!
you become more overpowered, but no.
Come on, I don't make serious points. Come on.
Oh gosh.
Who do you think I am?
SMH. Right, is Pisces gonna go for... Is Pisces a swag door kind of individual, or is Pisces a new Walkling storage? Pisces going for swag door. You'd love to see it. Yeah, there's a new Walkling storage on that door that a couple people have started doing. And I think it is actually slightly faster than swag door, but very few people have started doing it, I think. I think it might just be Axe at this point. I'm coming up to one of the scariest parts of the run. Climbing up this lighthouse with the siblings following you.
Oh no. Oh, this is a classic.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
And now you have an absolute horde of siblings following you.
You miss
Yeah,
one
you're gonna
pogo
leave
and this
them behind.
happens.
Yeah, that's the worst part about this climb, is that optimally, like if you want to take it a tiny bit slow, then it's not too bad. You basically just need to avoid getting hit. But optimally, you're like pogoing a shade, then like doing these really tight wall jumps, and miss any one of those and you fall the whole way down, pretty much.
The shade positions are... sorry, the sibling positions are all RNG as well. Smiley face.
Oh yeah, just to make it better. I was gonna say another current patch change thing, but at this point, it's just getting a bit tedious.
I don't think we actually mentioned the that the whole of Deep Nest is done in the dark because we don't get lantern. It's actually less difficult than it looks, which is probably why it kind of slipped our minds. Once
Yeah,
you're familiar
definitely.
with these rooms,
Yeah.
they're not that bad.
As a randomizer player, it sort of becomes an in-joke that Dark Deep Nest always has sort of the best... where you want to go before you have Lantern, and then as soon as you have Lantern, it's gonna be kind of trash. Because it's, like... it's really deceptively easy, honestly. Like, just to feel your way around, especially with the movement that All Skills has. Even if you aren't that well practiced, you can sort of feel your way around if you have an idea of how the room is laid out. That being said, though, the optimal movement, you need absolute years of any percent training to get that down to a T.
Can he still 49? It's like no, he definitely can't. Actually, it's like 3 minutes till the end from here. This could be a pretty low 50 though, I think.
Yeah.
Like a 52x. If he
Right,
does
and then Abyss
well.
Climb. The probably the most sort of input dense section of movement in the run, and it comes right at the end. Unfortunately, failing the left side pogo there, but at least if you don't damage tank that wall, you can sort of go around.
Yeah, this segment is evil, but also so satisfying to do.
Yeah,
It's one of those rooms that you can just get stuck doing with save states over and over again.
yeah, which is exactly why there's it has its own leaderboard on the Hollow Knight mods, simply because it is so so addicting to practice in a sense. And then you emerge 3 hours later with your thumbs just absolutely dead if you're a controller player.
Oh my god, yeah, I have to take breaks of like a few days when I do a lot of like segment practice.
Yeah.
That's like one thing that maybe makes me feel like keyboard might be good just for handheld, but I'm not sure about that. It's really impressive to me that players like Pisces can just kind of show up to every race and, you know, make a few mistakes here and there and just bust out like a low 50. Like this
Yeah.
is on good pace if he can finish it well.
Yeah, I mean, these are times that, I wouldn't dream of for and you can just whip this out in a stress, no reset scenario. Yeah, and chat pointing out, Pisces won't sub 50, I guess he'll just have to settle for a top 5 time. Like,
Yeah, that's such a weird sentence to say, but it's so true.
yeah.
Although, Jamie, I would be especially impressed if you got this kind of a time, considering you run combat.
Yeah, well, what can I say, Also, Pisces is doing the Cyclone chain, I think. If my eyes do not deceive me, which they could do. Getting a lot of parries on THK here, that's really bad RNG, honestly.
Is he? Yeah, he's skipping one of the screams.
Yeah. Yeah, smart heal, but 2 HP here is absolutely not... Oh, what?
He almost skipped the final scream as well. That was
Oh my
such a
lord.
fast fight.
That
Like,
was...
plenty of parries, but he dealt with it really well. Yeah, this is going to be about a 50-30. That's crazy. Great job, Pisces.
Goddamn. Alright, Eduboy just... do we have audio switched over? Yes, so.
So that
Alright.
would be fourth place on the leaderboards. Well, I guess third if you include Pisces PB.
Yeah. That's absolutely ridiculous. That you can get that in an absolute no reset. Just show up, do a run. Insane to me.
Yeah, definitely. Also, Edu, despite dying, and missing the Umu one cycle, and having lost a lot of time in Crystal Peaks, he's still not that far behind.
Yeah, this is like still a pretty decent pace. Like even ignoring a death, I'd call this like pretty damn good.
Yeah, he can finish within half a minute of his PB.
Damn. Yeah, being 30 seconds behind after losing a minute to Broken Vessel is... It's sure to weigh on you afterwards, but you know, it's one of those things where you can sort of be happy that, you know, you're good enough that you can make back that time. Now you just need to string it all together in one run.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not like a good feeling when you know that you can PB by, you know, by this amount of time. But you know, it certainly means that in his future he has like a really really nice PB waiting for him.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what times come out of Edu in the near future, because so far the times have been pretty damn good, and you know, this run without that death to Broken Vessel, and like this would be, I'm not sure how tight the 1221 leaderboard is up at the top, but I'm pretty sure this would be like, you know, approaching sort of mid-top runner status to some extent.
I mean, he's already 20th place, and he's, you know, could be on pace to PB by at least a minute. So
Yeah. Yeah, at that point you're looking at a jump of like, you know, I want to say something like 6, 7 places.
yeah, definitely.
Something like that.
The leaderboard does get very crowded towards like the 50, the high 50s and the 51s.
Yeah, definitely. There's like, it's, yeah, there's like this sort of concentration of runners who, because I guess a lot of people picked up all skills specifically for this tournament. I mean, I know I certainly did. And you know, you have the runners who have been running all skills the whole time, and the runners who are just generally that insane at the game that they can come to a new category and just absolutely destroy it.
Are you just running for the clout, Jamie?
Oh yeah, the clout, of course. No, I'm running for the chocolate bar that
Oh
is the
yeah.
bounty. Yeah.
I mean, that's worth more than any clout for sure. Wait, what brand? Is that like
the brand is
Are we
any
allowed to
British.
say?
The thing is, I'm providing the chocolate bar, so it's kind of I'm competing in order to not have to pay shipping on a chocolate bar to somebody. Which could be interesting depending on who wins the tournament. Like, for example, I think JB is back in the UK now, so that would be good, but, you know, I'd have to pay shipping to America or something for a chocolate bar. Alright. Moving on. Edu with... Ooh, unfortunate. THK trying to dodge some of those screams there, but... staying more or less on top. Okay. Okay, and a scream skip, I think. Or I might have just completely misread that, but... a sub 54 with a death. Still a very respectable time, definitely. And I think that's definitely something to be proud of. Keeping that kind of pace, even after a death. I know it's very easy to lose a lot more time if you know that you've just lost a minute or so. But definitely held it together pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting a good performance from both these runners because I respect them both quite a lot, and I was absolutely pleased with this race. Eduboy really did a good job, and I mean, it's a lot of stress to be under, you know, losing that much time and being against someone who's already placed higher than you. It was a really strong finish.
Hello.
Alright, and we have the runners here.
Hello.
Hello, you two. Very good race from both of you. A bit unfortunate with Edu with the damage trade to kill on Broken Vessel.
Yeah, that was pretty rough.
a bit of mutually assured destruction there, but I think you held it together pretty well. I mean, you were still. I think you were pretty close to PB for a lot of that until that death, and still maintained pretty good pace throughout.
I actually checked my splits right now, and I was 33.9 seconds ahead at Ancient Basin when I died. So yeah.
Damn, yeah, that's some really good pace, definitely, and that shows some good stuff. And Pisces as well, pulling out sort of mid-50.
I mean, is this a disappointing time for you at this point, Pisces?
No. I can never be disappointed with a 50 in a race. So I wasn't. Apparently, I wasn't aware of my pace, but I looked at my time after Hera and I was like, yeah, this is like pretty good. I think this is kind of where I was like in my last race. Apparently, I was 1 second ahead, so could have maybe PB'd, but
wow.
I don't know. Overall, everything went well.
Unfortunate lighthouse climb for you, I think.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if people caught it, but when I went to Shade Soul, the Soul Twister either like spawned invisible or spawned like outside the window or something.
Oh, really?
Like the gate shut and it was just nowhere. And I just had to wait, and then it like teleported somewhere in the room.
Yeah, I mean, they can spawn like out of bounds sometimes.
Yeah.
So
that
I've never
can
seen
happen.
that one specifically.
No, I've never seen it
that
there
one
either.
shouldn't be able to, but that's a nice bit of spaghetti to add to the pile, I guess.
I mean, otherwise it was I don't know. I was definitely happy with it.
All right.
Was there any segments in particular that you were unhappy with, Pisces?
I mean, at the end, I just kind of like lost my stamina. So like, Lighthouse Climb, Abyss Shriek, just all the splits other than THK. I don't know. I just didn't keep it together, but that's okay. It happens.
Yeah, it's very understandable in a race.
Yeah, it's a very stressful and sort of environment, very high sort of energy in a sense, and I think it's a lot more energy intensive than just doing runs. Like I could do runs for a couple hours quite easily, but one race absolutely exhausts me personally.
Yeah. Also, I kept getting thrown off. The load normalizer doesn't work for some transitions. So like there were certain ones where I like went to take a sip of water because it's a long load, and then it just loaded instantly, and I was like, oh shit. All of the like when you enter like a door, so like going into archives, going into Shio's hut, all of those were like instant.
Oh yeah, that makes sense actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense with how it's coded.
Yeah. Edu, I noticed quite a lot of your boss fights were really good. I was really impressed. Considering your PB, I feel like you played well enough. I mean, you know, there were mistakes and you died to Broken Vessel. That was unfortunate, but I feel like you played well enough to have a PB minutes faster than what you have right now. So I was really impressed.
Okay, thank you. Well, actually, that's kind of true because I just haven't done like too many runs right now. Like, I know I can do a lot. My PB could be a lot better. Like I was a minute ahead at Shade Soul, for example. So,
wow,
it's just I don't do enough runs. That's why I don't have a better PB right now. But yeah, that you actually noticed.
Yeah. Pisces wishes he could be a minute ahead at Shade Soul.
Yeah, for sure.
Follow me, but no. I mean, other than the death, like you've definitely got it. So good race.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, I think I was saying definitely looking forward to seeing more runs from you, and I think a little bit more, and you can definitely get much better times on the boards. Edu.
Thanks. It's really nice to hear that.
So was there anything either of you wanted to say after that race? Kind of final thoughts? You're allowed to have no thoughts if you want.
I guess GG's. You clearly deserved that win. Yeah. You played really well.
Thank you. But yeah, you did too. Just one mistake obviously can happen. But yeah, GG's. We're approaching top 16, so everyone stay tuned for that. Should be pretty exciting. And
Yeah.
see everyone
And my
around.
final thought, I just wanted to congratulate the 5 out of 4 underplats that occurred today. I was only expecting 4, and I got 5, and I was absolutely, I was incredibly hyped for that. Thank you very much for that, Pisces.
Of course.
All right. So I think that marks the end here. So thank you very much, racers, and thank you very much, everyone in chat. Thank you also, Zero, for commentating with me and being a wonderful source of information and humor.
It's my pleasure.
All right. And, I think we have another race, I think, today, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, we have one at 8 p.m. EDT. 8 p.m. Eastern, sorry. Which will be Slow versus Homothety on SpeedGaming 4. So be sure to catch that if you can. Alright. So thank you everybody for watching, and thank you racers and commentators. Thank you everyone.